Hi, I'm Crystal. Today we're going to do a fun Halloween card and treat box using the same die set from Fawn. These are the supplies and everything's linked below. So I die cut everything several times from appropriate colors of paper, and then I'm just going ahead and putting the tape on to attach the pieces to one another. So I'm going to go ahead and attach the two halves to one another, but I'm putting a little glue so I have some wiggle room, but I'm going to leave the treat box flat for decoration. It's going to be much easier that way. So once that's all glued together, I'm going to back the windows and doors with a spooky glow, and then I'm going to go right into decorating the card front. So the background there is ink blended, and I'm just taking my die cuts and building my scene so that I can have an appropriate Halloween feel here. So I did use all of the Halloween add-on pieces from Fawn on this card front, and I did pick up the fence and the grass from Spring House, which is a different add-on to the scallop treat box, but any scene setting dies you have would be appropriate for this, and you could certainly also stamp in the background. Why not? This would also be a good application for a moon stamp or a moon mask. I didn't have one handy, so my night sky is dark. So I'm just adding the grass, the trees, the fence, and then this little bat I accidentally cut off when I was die cutting him, so that's why he's going on the edge of the card. But I'm putting a few bats there in the sky, and then I'm going to put my friendly little ghost, who is also spooky green. Now I'm going to move on to cutting off that excess house on the edge, and then I'm going to decorate the treat box. So I'm using all the same die cuts for the treat box. I did add a purple front door to the treat box front and back door because I didn't have an ink blended background to bring that purple color in. But otherwise the die cuts are all the same. Same windows, same doors, same trees, same grass. Everything exactly the same as the card front. So it's double duty for the die set. And I think that is a good way to stretch your dies. Just because this die set is meant for a treat box doesn't mean you have to use it that way, right? So I did cut the fence pieces from both lime green and black, and I'm gluing them together a little bit offset so there's like a lime green drop shadow there. I don't know that that's terribly evident in the finished product, but I thought it was kind of a fun touch. I'm going to do that to the grass as well. So the fence piece is not quite wide enough to cover the end of the treat box, so I'm going to use one whole fence piece, and then I'm going to trim down the second piece to fit on the end of the treat box. Here's the lime green grass, and then I'm just going to put the black grass right over that, not quite directly on top. So I'm adding my little extra piece of fence there, making sure not to overhang the edge because the box will not assemble well if you do that. Putting a little bit of grass on the other side of the treat box, and then I'm going to use my extra grass here on the other end and my extra tree on that end as well. I think that gave some nice continuity to the tree that was on the front of the treat box. There's the card with extra die cuts on the inside and the treat box with extra die cuts on the inside as well. To finish assembling the treat box, now that it's all decorated, I'm just going to remove the covering on that tape and attach the tabs to the front and back of the box. Obviously, if you're going to do anything on the inside, you want to do that before you glue everything together. So that's literally all there is to assembling that treat box. The rest of it is just putting the tabs through the slots. I think that turned out really cute. It's big enough to fit a few pieces of candy, and here's the finished card with my extra die cuts on the inside and the finished treat box with some room for treats on the inside and some decorations so that once the treats are gone, you can see a few little fun things on the inside. So I hope that you had fun today. Thanks for joining me.